today a brand new flavor from Hahn's Bakery. It is 2.5 pounds of a chocolate or original buttercrumb cake. You're looking at the chocolate in Stacey Stauffer's hands. What are you looking at? Moist sponge cake. And inside, you're getting that double Dutch chocolate. It's a chocolate sponge cake, chocolate crumbs with chocolate drizzle and chocolate chips. Does anybody like a little chocolate? Little chocolate with your chocolate chips. This was the cake that I brought to Vanessa's Countdown to Baby party this past holiday weekend, because you want to make an impression. You want to bring something special for a special occasion, or make any Tuesday a special occasion. So here it is, that brand new double Dutch chocolate. Here it is in the lovely original cinnamon, 100-plus-year-old recipe, made in Chicagoland, very small. I'm going to say, I almost say company in quotes because it's like 8 to 10 people.
Yeah.
Stacey Stauffer is here with us. Welcome on in. It's M99737. That's your item number. 3 easy payments of $13. Comes like
right there.
Comes like this. So, you know, I was very proud. Right. So I walked into the party and this is what I'm bringing. And I'm like, you know what? Hi, Vanessa, we have a cake for you or whatever. So it was super fun. She's all preggers. It was really cute. Aww. And lovely to share at that special occasion. So Stacey Stauffer, talk to us about Hahn's Bakery. Who are they and why are they special?
Okay, small family bakery based outside of Chicago, started selling these old world German-style pastries and desserts like their crumb cake based on recipes that date back 125 years ago. Phil, the founder, started this 25 years ago. He still works there and oversees everything that goes out. These are really scratch-made, made by hand cakes, and the old world German crumb cake is the one that people started standing outside for hours in lines outside the farmers markets. And there was some pictures of the family that all still work there today. This is phenomenal. It is the most moist vanilla sponge cake on the bottom.
But look at how much crumb. Like,
and
what
that's
I'm
what
gobsmacked
they're
about
known for is their gelassol, if that's a word.
Colossal, gigantic,
jumbo.
ginormous.
Yes, right? A signature tender, buttery cinnamon crumb topping that really, this is made to be eaten with your hands because everything is so thick, so rich. If you are having coffee, tea, no matter what time of day, you need to have a slice, no matter which flavor of the two of these cakes.
That's like a tectonic plate. I don't know, I just made that up, but it feels like it because like you can literally take it off an entire, almost, you know, cupcake worth of the crumb on top. Let's talk about the chocolate, and I want you to come in and see the chocolate.
Brand new.
When we take apart that chocolate, look at this one. It's like half and half. Half chocolate crumb, half chocolate cake.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to put my reputation as a foodie and as a guest host here on this. This is one of the best things I've ever eaten. This is beautiful. So that voiced vanilla sponge cake infused with a rich cocoa to make it chocolatey. There is then a slight chocolate crumb layer on top of that. And then that gelassol, the jumbo colossal signature topping that they are known for, that's buttery, that has just the right amount of cinnamon, that just doesn't compete with the chocolate. I always thought, hey, with a crumb cake, which I oftentimes call coffee cake, it is what it is. You leave it alone. Like, it's just great. Don't mess it up.
Right.
But adding the chocolate to it, trust me, has made this even better. And then you even get the dark chocolate drizzle on top with little chocolate chip pieces. It is so good. I promise you, you take this to Mahjong when you play with your club. Or you take this to a book club.
I'm gonna try it.
Everybody is going to leave there and they're not going to be talking about who won that game or about that book.
I want to talk
They are going to be talking about this crumb cake. It is that spectacular. I don't like to bake. That's why I leave the experts to do it for me and to know that they use the finest ingredients, the AA butter, the cocoa, real eggs, vanilla extract.
Look how moist that cake
and more butter in that crumb topping, and that they hand pour these cakes. They bake them in paper, which protects the outside of that cake, keeps it as tender and moist as the inside, and then they hand apply all that jumbo crumb topping. That is how I would want to do it if I was baking, except I just don't bake, so they do it the way I'd want to.
But if you come look at my Billy, I'm just gonna look at how moist this cake is, so you can see how moist it is, and then there's that additional moisture layer of like absolute, that dark chocolate almost that you're seeing there. It's like the chocolate gets a little bit deeper in terms of flavor. And all this crumb is its very own piece of candy for all intents and purposes. Like literally, if I'm trying to take off this crumb mountain, I can't even, like that's the crumb part.
And that's why you eat it with your hands.
There's a little bit of cake and there's a whole lot of crumb. M99737 is your item number. Like what's not to love about this in this moment? And also very shareable. So it's 2.5 pounds.
Look at this.
So you're looking at 10 plus 4-ounce servings in here, which is $3 or so a slice. You know, when you think about a 4-ounce serving, that's what you're getting at the restaurant. Like the big, huge ones that we've cut like that. If you're cutting them a little bit smaller, it's certainly infinitely shareable. But if we could come even overhead for you to see the top of the way that the chocolate chips, or I can bring this down, have fallen. Let me
tilt it.
Because look, they're in the crevices.
Look at that.
We were just talking about the pasta that needed all the crevices for all the things. I think if I turned this upside down, a lot of chips would fall out. Like that's how it is. It's like, well, I could just shake all these chips that are cascading on top. Let me give you an update on what's happening. Chocolate flavor is getting really limited, and then we've sold over 400, and then there's the original cinnamon. So when you think of a crumb cake with your coffee, with your tea in the morning, we usually think of original cinnamon. But trust us and go to something that is that little bit new with that chocolate. But you want to go back to cinnamon for a second?
I'm just holding this a minute. Trust me, you can't go wrong either way. I'm saying if you've been a fan, and many of you have, of the original, I urge you, I beg you to try the double Dutch chocolate this time. But again, look at this. Look how moist that vanilla sponge cake is. Again, real high-end AA butter, rich vanilla extract, real eggs in that, super, super moist, and then that tender,
look at how
buttery cinnamon crumb topping. That is just what we're known for. Again, all of this applied by hand and so good. Here's the thing, it will arrive to you ambient.
Okay.
That means room temperature.
Yep, arrives like this.
Keep it on your counter, under a cake dome, in your lock and lock, just in what it comes in itself. Good for 7 to 10 days. You can also freeze it. So maybe you want to get the original now, because that's what you're in the mood for, and you're having pumpkin spice latte with it. Okay, total fall vibes. Get that for now.
Last call.
Get the chocolate now, so you have it for the holidays, because I don't know how long we'll be able to turn this around to bring back
more chocolate. Oh, right. So here's the story. Chocolate's here now. If you can get chocolate, get it. But get both if you can, because you can always come back and get the original. The original will be here. This is like the chef special, the chocolate. It's M99737. Thank you so much, Stacey Stoffer. She was like staking my foodie reputation on this one.
I am.
Julia has something else for us with Chef Ricky Roman. Thanks, Stacey.
Bye.
It was hard for me to stay away from that cake, by the way. That was a challenge, but I did it because I knew I